Does Funcation Academy include everything you need to successfully homeschool your kids? Is this an online homeschooling program, a homeschooling support tool, or a virtual school? Let me walk you through the entire program so you can understand what it's all about and decide if this is what has been missing from your homeschool. So what is Funcation Academy? Well, it depends on what you're looking for because they offer several different services and packages. And the website is kind of confusing. So let me try to break it down for you. There are basically two main features of Funcation Academy. One side is the curriculum packages that they offer, and the other side is the community and homeschooling support features. You can join Funcation Academy just for the community features, or you can purchase a curriculum package which will automatically include the community membership. So let's take a look at what each has to offer. We'll start with the Funcation Academy community membership. The cost of this membership is just $8.99 a month or $100 a year for the whole family. The Funcation Academy community is designed to support homeschooling families no matter what type of curriculum they're using. Basically, this is a virtual community of homeschoolers that includes live, online clubs and events. It also includes 2 flexible tutoring sessions a month. They have a virtual campus that is open during the week, and you can log on anytime during their campus hours. I'll show you what that looks like later in the video, but first, let's talk about the Funcation Academy Core membership. When you sign up for this membership, you get everything in the community membership, plus access to a professional curriculum. For pre-K through 5th grade, they use iStation. For 6th through 12th grade, they use courseware. Both of these software programs are used by teachers in schools and are not usually available for home use. But with Funcation Academy, you will get a teacher and student account, as well as all the support you may need to set up and use the software. But we'll get into that a little bit later in the video. For the pre-K through 5th grade core membership, it's $26.99 a month with an initial $65 setup fee, or $260 a year with no setup fee. It includes the iStation online curriculum for math, reading, science, and writing. For the 6th through 12th grade membership, it's $40 a month with an $85 setup fee, or $425 a year. The Edmentum courseware software includes over 300 courses to choose from. Both programs offer a 10-day free trial, but you must cancel before the trial period ends in order to not be charged. When you first sign up for the core membership, you will need to wait for your account to be set up. So you can't start using it until you get the email that your account has been set up. They tell you this may take up to 24 hours. I signed up on a Monday morning and got the email early that afternoon. If you look at the member subscriptions, there are 2 additional options to choose from. They offer something called FA Flex Curriculum Membership, which are more in-depth courses. Right now they offer personal finance and writing with a purpose, but they do have plans to add more courses soon. This program is $24.99 a month per student or $216 per year. There is also their Exact Path Curriculum membership. This membership includes a unique learning path for each student based on assessments in math, reading, and language arts for kids in K through 12th grade. It includes a professional curriculum and access to the Funcation Academy community. This program is $9.99 a month plus an initial one-time setup fee of $29.99 or $119.88 a year and uses the Edmentum courseware software. For the purpose of this video, I signed up for the Funcation Academy core membership for pre-K through 5th grade. So that's what I'll be showing you now. If you want me to do a separate video on the program from 6th to 12th grade or any of the other offerings, let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to do that. So once you're all signed up, there are a few things you'll have access to. You'll get an email from Funcation Academy as well as iStation on how to set everything up. Once you do that and have your login info, this is the main page for Funcation Academy core members. Here is the student login, where they'll go to complete their work on iStation. And here are the parent and teacher account logins. You have access to both and they're very similar, but you can do more with the teacher account. I'll show you that in a minute. Below here is the section for 6th to 12th grade programs. so you can see what's a little bit different there. Down below here, we also have a link to the virtual campus, my account, contact information, billing department, and frequently asked questions. The virtual campus is open Monday through Thursday from 10:30 to 3:30 Eastern Standard Time. You can create an avatar and join the campus to get assistance or just chat with others. I'm going to show it to you very briefly because when you join it, they start talking to you and it's a little awkward to be wandering around but not actually need any help. But this is how it looks. If you just stay here in the waiting room, someone will come help you. So I'm going to get out of there real fast. This is also where the live virtual events will be held. So this is something that really makes Funcation Academy a little bit different. You can check out their news and events blog to find out about the various events and activities. If we click here and scroll down, we see that this week they have a live student social on Wednesday, a storytime club and book club on Thursday, and a newsletter meeting on Friday. You can also go to the home screen and then scroll down here to see the upcoming virtual events. If you click on Funcation Groups, you can see a list of different groups that you can join, both for parents and students. This list isn't very long, but there are a few options. Before we look at the student and teacher iStation accounts, I just want to mention two other things. You can purchase a one-time comprehensive assessment for $9.99 to help with placement and identify learning gaps in math, reading, and language arts. You can also purchase an extended trial. So instead of automatically being charged after 10 days, you can pay a smaller fee to extend your trial to 30 or 60 days for the exact path and courseware products. Unfortunately, I don't think they offer this for the iStation program for pre-K through 5th grade, but it's just something I wanted to mention. Okay, so now let's take a look at the iStation platform for students so you can get an idea of what that's like. When your child logs on, this is what they'll see on the main screen. They can choose reading or math here, although there are some other subjects that I'll show you how to get to. You'll notice it says ISIP here. ISIP stands for iStation Indicators of Progress. It's basically like an assessment tool. So if they click the play button under that, it will start the ISIP assessment. I'll show you how that looks in a minute. If they've completed their ISIP assessment, then there will be lessons here instead. From what I understand, they need to do a certain amount of ISIP practice every month to gauge their progress. Students can also choose the menu button under each subject. Under Reading, it will bring up these additional options: Explore, Teacher Station, and Teacher Library. Under Explore, there are these additional options. Featured Activities is where any featured activities will show up, although there's nothing there at this time. Games is where your child can choose from a bunch of different reading games. Books has a library of different digital books that your child can read. iPractice is where they can choose an area to practice: reading, writing, math, or science. If they click on one of these, such as writing, they will see all these other options. So these are basically the lessons that are included in the program. They can choose any of those options and open up all the different activities. We can also get there by clicking on the math menu, Explore, and then iPractice. Teacher Station brings up the exact same menu, so I have to admit I don't know what the difference is or why this option is even here on the student dashboard. Now, before we look at the parent and teacher accounts, let me just give you a quick sample of the ISIP assessment and the lessons.
Thank you for coming to my market today. Let's continue with your shopping.
Move the shapes to make a hexagon like the example. There are some apples in the crate. Use the arrows to make 17 apples altogether. Copy the pattern using different fruit. Sort the objects by weight. Which figures have 6 faces? Select all of the figures with 6 faces. Copy the pattern using fruits. Which category contains 4 shapes?
I can't wait to take this show on the road.
Yeah, we sure are a great garage band.
Speaking of garages, you sure have a lot of interesting stuff in your garage.
And I'm seeing shapes in all this stuff, especially circles. I just love circles. Let me tell you about them. This is a circle. Circles are two-dimensional shapes. Two-dimensional shapes are flat. Some of the objects we'll see today aren't flat in real life, but when looking at pictures, the objects seem flat, like a circle. A circle is a curved shape that has no sides or corners and is perfectly round. Watch as I use sticks as drumstick to show you what I mean. No matter where I measure, the distance is the same. From the center of the circle to the outside of the circle. I bet you've seen lots of circles around you. Here's one from Donnie's garage. We know this is a circle because it's perfectly round and has 0 sides or corners. While I take a break with the guys, why don't you play a shape hunt game? Click each circle in the garage until you find them all. That's a perfectly round circle. You found a circle. Circles, circles everywhere. Keep hunting. There are more now. You rounded up that circle. Circle time. Keep looking. There are more shapes now. You rounded up that circle. Circle time. Finding that circle wasn't pointless.
Now let's look at the parent and teacher accounts. To get there, you go to FA Core Members and then click on Parent Account Login or Teacher Account Login. These are basically the exact same thing, so I'm not even sure why you need both. Since they claim that the teacher account has more features, we'll just look at that one. So let's log in. And I just want to let you know there is a lot here and it's really very complicated. It would take an entire video on its own just for me to explain this all. So if anyone wants to see a whole iStation tutorial video, let me know in the comments. For now, I'm just going to give you a brief overview. On the main screen will be weekly recommendations and assessment info. What you really will be interested in here is the reports and resources. Click on reports, and this is where you can run reports for all of these different things. Just pick one and then click on run report. Nothing is coming up for me here, I assume because I haven't used it enough to generate any data. But I'm assuming once your child has practiced enough, these should work. The other thing I want to show you here is the Resources tab. If you click on Classroom Resources and then click Math or Reading and pick a grade level, You will get access to a bunch of videos and slides that you can add to your collection. They also have Spanish, so you might find this useful in your homeschool. I also want to show you the teacher resources. Here you can search for specific topics. For example, if I type in division, it will bring up all these resources that you can view and print. If you click here on Toolbox, you can find additional resources. There is a lot more to the teacher account, but as I said, it would just take too long to cover in this video. So now that we've seen the Funcation Academy homeschooling program and what it has to offer, it's that part of the video where I give you my honest opinion about what I like and what I don't like. This is a weird one for me though, because I'm honestly not sure yet how I feel about this program, but I'll try. We'll start with what I like. As a homeschooling parent, I do like the community aspect. Homeschooling can be isolating for parents too, and it's nice that you can feel like part of a community here and get help from real people, even if it is in a virtual environment. I really do appreciate what they're trying to do, and I think it definitely has value. It's something that a lot of online homeschooling programs are lacking. So while it's kind of sparse at this point and needs work, I can definitely see the potential there. I also like that it gives you an opportunity to have access to a learning program that homeschool parents would not normally be able to use. iStation is educational software used in schools, so it's pretty cool that you can use this in your homeschool. But that's only if you like the iStation software. And for me, I just don't really like it that much. And I think this is because it's not designed for homeschoolers. It's a program used by teachers in schools, and it doesn't necessarily translate into homeschooling. For the student, there is no clear learning path or direction. They just log on and do the activities and lessons with no real plan or organization. So you would kind of need to plan out yourself how you want to incorporate this into your homeschool. It's more of a practice tool or supplement, in my opinion. And if you want a practice tool, I recommend the IXL program over this. It's easy to use and the progress reports are simple to understand. I have a full review of IXL on my channel that you can check out. You can also get a 7-day free trial and 20% off if you use the link that I've shared with you in the video description below. As for Funcation Academy, I'm also not a fan of the cartoon lessons that iStation uses. I much prefer lessons that have real people in them, or at least a mix of both, but from what I see here, these are all cartoons. Again, I haven't tested out the courseware program for 6th to 12th grade, so maybe that one is better. We'll find out together if I make another video on that. I also find the parent-teacher account to be very complicated and not at all user-friendly. Homeschool parents are not school teachers, and software that was designed for classroom teachers often just does not work out well for homeschooling families. So personally, I just don't think I would choose this program, at least not for the pre-K to 5th grade group. It might work out fine as a supplement and as a way to connect with a virtual community of homeschoolers, but it's definitely not the best online curriculum that I've seen. I do see potential here, however, and for parents that aren't looking for a full online curriculum, this may be a great option for you. It's just not something that I'll be using with my kids. Have you tried Funcation Academy yourself? I'd love to hear about your experience in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming online homeschool review videos. Thank you so much for watching.